Hey, and welcome to Girl Be Free, a podcast designed to help women get unstuck and cultivate the life you want on your terms. I'm Siobhan, your host, and I'm passionate about empowering women to live their best life. Each week, you'll hear pep talks that will inspire and push you to take action so you too can start to be free and live the life you want. You can learn more about me at BeFreeProject.com. Now let's jump into the show. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Girl Be Free podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, where I'm going to inspire and motivate you to show up for yourself. This week, I am loving the app Eternal Sunshine. Y'all, this is like the ultimate positivity app that you need. I learned about this app from my online friend Stevie, and she shared it with like this affirmation. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that? So I go and I download this app, and it's literally everything that I love. So there are daily mantras, there's notifications for daily affirmations. Let's see what else here. There's essential wisdom. So there's different topics that you can choose from love, inspiration, philosophy, faith, healing heart, cosmic prayers, self-love tips, and self-realization. And when you click on each topic, there's a little tip for you. So I like that. There's also a book list, there's music inside, and then morning mindfulness and meditation. Y'all, this app is everything, and I am loving it. I think I've only been using it for a couple of weeks. One thing that I use most often is when I get the notifications with the daily affirmations, and they appear like every so many hours, which I love. So when I look at my phone, there's these beautiful affirmations that I can recite, and they're always right on time. So I'll put the link for the app in the show notes, so definitely check it out. I have an iPhone, so I know it's in the App Store. Check your Android if you have that. But then again, they also have a website, so I'll send you that link so you can check it out. But that is what I'm loving this week. On to today's topic, which is titled Make Room. So I'm going to start off by telling you about a conversation that I had with my best friend. And y'all know generally when I have these topics, they come from a conversation that I have with someone. And my conversations be so good. I'm like, oh my goodness, this would make a good podcast. So my best friend and I were having a conversation, and we were just talking about how life is just so busy. And we have so many things on our plate. And it depends on, being an entrepreneur, working full time, raising your family, doing all the different things, and life is busy. However, my best friend brought up is how we need to do a better job. And she was talking about specifically in our friendship relationship on how we need to do a better job with making room for each other. And when she said that, it really resonated with me. And it's not the first time that she said it, but for some reason, this particular conversation, like a light bulb went off for me, and I'm like, yes, the things that are important, we need to make room for. Because if we say that we value certain things or certain people, then they should be in our life, right? We should be able to make room for them. And so when she said that, I was like, you're so right. And I know me personally, and I've said this in a previous episode, I have to do a better job at making room for my friends and my relationships. And sometimes it is very hard. And I'm trying to stop saying hard, but for the lack of a better word here, when you're building a business the way that I'm doing it, and I have a family, I homeschool my kids, there's a lot on my plate. And so sometimes I put my friends on the back burner. And the thing is, I don't like that feeling at all. And then every time we get together, we're like, why don't we do this more often? And yes, everyone's lives are busy. But again, the people that are important to you, we have to do a better job, or I should say, I need to do a better job in making room for them. And so I am challenging myself, especially as we approach a new year. I want to do a better job at nurturing my relationships. And this is the crazy thing. I talk to my biz besties probably all week long, like especially because we're talking about business and growth and evolving. However, some of the relationships that I've had for decades now, I can go a couple of weeks and haven't heard from them, and that's not fair. So I know that I have to do a better job at nurturing these relationships because they are important to me, and I do have to make room. And I'm saying this out loud because when I do this, I'm challenging all the Girl Be Free listeners, but then I'm also holding myself accountable. So if you see me out and about or you send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or shoot me an email like, Siobhan, how's it going? Are you making room for your friends? I want to be able to say, yes, I've been doing X, Y, and Z, and these relationships are growing in the way that I want them to. So that's how this topic got started, with just us having that conversation about making room for one another. And we both agree that we are going to do a better job at that. I have to do that with all of my friends. I have to make sure that I'm being intentional with just, like I said, nurturing those relationships. So as I was thinking about this topic, I said, there's a lot of things that we as women need to make room for in our lives. And so I'm going to share a couple of different things actually with you as it relates to making room. And these are just some things that came fresh off of my mind. You may come up with a million other things, and that's totally fine. None of these things may relate to you, maybe all of them. Like I said before, chew up the meat, spit out the bones, and do what works best for you. I recommend that anytime you're listening to the Girl Be Free podcast, to pull out a notebook, have a pen so you can take notes. Feel free at any point. You can always share your notes with me on Instagram or Facebook or what have you. Just make sure you tag me so that I can see it. I want you to make room in your emotional life. What do I mean by that? It means that you start healing from your past, that you start letting go of things that no longer serve you. In order for you to receive more of what you want, you have to let go of things that are not serving you well. So let's just say, let's just think of a room, right? And if your room is filled with all of this stuff, how can you add more of what you want when there's already so much clutter? So when it comes to your emotional health, and I'm all about that, in order to begin to receive more of what you want, you're going to have to let go of some of the things that are not serving you. So think about, like I said, healing from your past, unforgiveness, pain and hurt that you've been carrying for years and years and years. How can you get yourself into a place, especially as we go into a new year, with letting those things go, healing, or at least starting your healing process, so that way you can make room for more of what you want in your life, like peace, joy, genuine happiness, true love, and not just love for others, but love for yourself. And sometimes we can be our own worst critic. We self-sabotage and all these things that are basically causing you to be stuck, and it's a burden in your life. So in order for you to grow into the woman that you desire to be, I want you to make room in your emotional, let's just say your emotional health, that you let go of some of the things that have caused you pain. And how do you let go of those things? Again, therapy, journaling, speaking to someone, maybe talking to your doctor, things like that. That's just a starting process, especially if it's a lot that you can't get through on your own. Next, and this is very, very important. I mean, these all are important, but this is really important. I want you to make room for your dreams. So many women are walking around letting their dreams die because they're too afraid to take a chance. And I was having a conversation, y'all. I talk all the time to so many people. I be forgetting what I say sometimes, but we were talking about dreams and how, I know, I was doing a discovery session, I believe, and I was asking the potential client that I'm going to be working with, what's your biggest, wildest dreams that you want to see happen in your life? And so she shared what she wanted. And I said, do you know how many dreams are in the ground or in the grave? You don't want to be one of those people. You want to be able to push past your fears and pursue that dream. Will Smith just posted this video today, and he put in the caption "Be free." So if you go on his Instagram page, you'll find it. But the video was all about these people pushing past their fears and not letting those fears keep them stuck. And at the end, it says "Jump and be free." And y'all, so many people DM'd me that video because they immediately thought of me because of my brand and everything that I talk about being free, living your best life, pushing past your fear. And people were DMing me and tagging me and all that jazz, which I think is so cool. The message behind it is that you do have to jump. You do have to be free. You do have to push past your fears, and your dreams are worth it. And one of the things that I'm doing, a lot of people have been asking, like, how can we work with you? Like, we see all the amazing things that you're doing, and you're pursuing your dreams, and you're doing all this stuff. Like, I want that. And so I announced in the Be Free Inner Circle that I'm going to be taking on just a few individual one-on-one clients, like offering VIP coaching. So if that's something that you are interested in, I'll drop the link in the show notes for a discovery call. And it's really for people who are serious about showing up and taking action next year. So I want you to make room for your dreams. I want you to let go of the things that are holding you back, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. And you do not want to be another person that when you get to the end of your life, your dreams die with you. That's not fair. We are waiting for you. We need what you're here to offer. People need to experience your dreams. And I want to challenge you that whatever your dream is, I want you to dream even bigger. Like, I want you to desire more because you deserve it. The next one is to make room for new friendships and new relationships. I want you to open yourself up to trust women. Let me tell you, one of my biggest pet peeves is when women talk negative about one another, or they say, I don't hang with women because of X, Y, and Z. And 9 times out of 10 is something negative. I do not like that. It just gets on my nerves really bad because I don't think it's fair, because all women are not like that. There could be some energy that you're putting out that you're attracting certain kind of people, or it just could be just some bad vibes. But that doesn't mean that you cut off relationships altogether. Black girl magic is real. Women supporting one another is real. Positive, like minded women do exist. I am in this space. And I've shared this many times, that I have best friends that are sisters to me that have been in my life for more than half my life. Then I have, over the last 2 or 3 years, been cultivating so many new relationships with women. Or in the last week alone, I've been meeting with new women that people were like, you need to be connected with this person. And I've sat down and had lunch with multiple or different women or whatever, and they match my energy. They're so supportive. They want to know how they can help me win and how can I help them. And I don't have any negative woman around me at all. And I keep attracting more and more women who are on the same wavelength as me. And so that is possible. And so I want you to open yourself up to trust women, but make sure that you're surrounded by the right women, right? I did a whole podcast episode on having the type of friends that you need in your life. So scroll back through the archive and find that episode. But it's all about building your girl tribe and the types of friends that you need to have in your life. But you can build new relationships as an adult. It is possible. I see it happen all the time in my Be Free meetups, events that I go to. It is possible. So I don't want you to cut off women altogether. Be intentional about cultivating the type of relationships that you want. Even the lady that I met with earlier this week, she said, I prayed for women like you to come into my life. That is huge. That is major. And then when we sat down for lunch, we talked and the time went by so fast. I'm like, we have to meet again. And so we have more time to chat. But it's possible, y'all. So I want you to make room for new friendships and be open to trust women and put yourself in spaces where you feel connected to women and the energy is positive. Next is to make room for love. I talk to a lot of women, and some have been hurt by loved ones and hurt by partners or spouses and things like that. And it happens. I get it. But I don't want you to have a like a hard heart. You're just totally cutting off all relationships. No, love is possible. And I want you, as you heal, like we talked about the first one with making room in your emotional life or emotional health, as you heal, I want you to be open to making room for people to love you and allow yourself to be loved by others. And number one, make sure that you're loving yourself. Okay. And when you're ready, you'll know it, you'll feel it, right? But be open to new love and don't feel like just because one or two people hurt you, you have to cut off everyone altogether. It is a healing process. There's a lot that you have to go through, but you can love again, no matter your age, no matter your race, gender, whatever. Like, love is possible, and I don't want you to have this, I guess, a cold heart, like no one ever is going to, love you the way that you need to be loved, because it is possible. But if you have that negative view and that negative perspective, then that's what you're going to continuously attract. Make room to receive more money. So, this is something that I have been focused on. And what I mean by that is, and I think I talked about this last week, did I? I talked about it before. Just shifting my mindset as it relates to money and letting go of the limited beliefs that have been passed down to me from generation to generation, and shifting the way that I think so that I can now be open to receive more money and abundance in my life. It is a process, and I can see, y'all, I can really see the growth. Over the last, I would say, week or so, I've been having different conversations with women, and each one have been dealing with some type of money issue, and I've been able to encourage them where they're at while I'm building and growing my business, right? Each woman thanked me so much for being there for her, and she understood the things that I was sharing and thanked me. And so that is showing me that my perspective is changing. I'm speaking life over what I want every day, as it relates to the type of resources that I need to grow and evolve in my business, in my life, the things that I want to do. I'm speaking them out loud. I'm not being afraid to say what I want. Even the conversation I had with the young lady yesterday, she was like, "Well, how can I help you?" I said, "I want more paid speaking opportunities." Now, let me tell you why that's important. The key word there is paid speaking opportunities. Prior to saying that, or just getting comfortable with saying that recently, the last few years, I would say, I just want more speaking opportunities. I just want more speaking opportunities. Well, I was getting more speaking opportunities, but guess what? They weren't all paid. A lot of them were free, right? So when I was just saying that I wanted speaking opportunities, I was getting speaking opportunities. I had to get very specific with my language so that the universe, God, knows that, oh, no, no, she wants paid speaking opportunities. So then I can start attracting more of that in my life. And so that is what I'm learning. Like, whatever you want, you have to be bold enough to ask for it. And then you have to speak it out loud and be very, very specific. So for me, I am saying, okay, this is how much money I want to make today. This is how much money I want to make this month. And however you see fit, I am ready to receive. And so I'm shifting the way that I think so that I don't have a limited mindset about what I deserve, but I'm being more open to say, this is what I want, and I'm ready to receive. And no longer am I holding on to these negative, limited beliefs about money. Are they all gone? Absolutely not. Do they pop up at the most random times? Absolutely. But I'm being more self-aware and checking myself and having a positive affirmation or a prayer or something that I can do every time I notice a negative limited belief popping up. And my goal is to have an abundant mindset and shifting the negative things that have been passed down through generation and being more open-minded to receive everything that I feel that I deserve. And y'all, I feel like I'm on the brink of something. I'll just leave it there. Next up is make room for good things to happen in your life. So, again, letting go of the limited thinking, the pessimistic view, woe is me, always in a funk, lacking motivation. letting that go, and then making room for new opportunities, for an optimistic way of thinking, and just making room and telling God and the universe that you are ready for good to happen to you. You're ready for all the goodness to fall on you, right? And you're preparing yourself by letting go of things that have caused you to feel stuck in your life. Lastly, make room for more of what you want in your life. So I want you to think about everything that you do not want, everything that's keeping you stuck, everything that's preventing you from living your best life or from living the life that you deeply desire, letting that go so that you can have more of what you want. Now, I say this often. In order to get what you want in your life, you're going to have to figure out what that is. And that is why you need to be in the Be Free Inner Circle, or you need to be a part of the events that I host, or just to be connected, or even working with me one-on-one, because I'm now offering those services where you can clearly figure out what do you want for your life so that you can make room for it to appear. But if you don't know what you want and you're just going through the motions of life and just feeling like blah, then you're going to be stuck year after year after year. So in order for you to make room for more of what you want, you have to let go of the things that you do not want so that the universe and God knows that you're open to receive. So I hope this helped. Um, it helped me to really clarify more of what I need to make room for and what I need to let go of. And your action step this week is to identify, what do you need to make room for? What do you need more of in your life? And then what do you need to let go of? Okay? So I want to share. So that's your action step for this week, to make a list of what you need to let go of so that you can make room for more of what you want. So hopefully these tips that I shared helped. Add your own. Tag me at Girl Be Free Podcast and let me know what you come up with. I would love to see your notes, so please show me. Next, I want to shout out Dope Women Doing Dope Things. This week, I am shouting out my friend, Dawn Rivers. She is the owner and founder of Daybreak Yoga. And y'all, the reason why I'm shouting her out, she is located in Cleveland, but she just recently signed the lease to her yoga studio. And when I tell y'all, I am so proud. She posted on Instagram and Facebook the other day how she finally has her sign up on the building and the doors will be opening soon. I have been working with her. So I met her last December, have been taking classes, end up coaching her, like doing a lot of business coaching and helping her with strategy and marketing. No, that's not something that I offer, but I'm able to do it because I've been in business for 5 years, so I know a lot. And I've watched her blossom over this time that we've been working together. And I've seen, like, everything that I've shared with her, she's put in the work. And now she has her own studio and she's going to be taking on more, she's going to be hosting more classes. She has like staff working for her now. And it's just amazing to see, to know that I was a part of her journey and will continue to support and help her. But she's a dope woman doing dope things because she's opening up her own yoga studio. She's a Black woman. So if you're here in Cleveland, definitely look up Daybreak Yoga. If you're ever traveling for this in the city and you need some place to take yoga, definitely look her up. I'll put a link to her website in the show notes. Now I want to shout out the listener C Curry 0215. And she says, I've been promising myself that I would download this podcast for some time now. Upon watching Siobhan speak for the second time, I knew that I couldn't wait any longer. Not only is she gifted, but her genuine self-love allows her to connect and genuinely want the love she feels for herself to be felt for all women. Please don't wait as long as I did. She is truly gifted and will definitely leave you feeling brand new. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that review. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, I can relate and I feel it. So please make sure you're leaving your 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, and you may just get a shout out on the Girl Be Free podcast. So please do that. I love the reviews. I love getting your feedback. Please continue to share the podcast on social media. I would love if you tag me so that I can see it. That would be amazing. Thank you so much for all that you've been doing thus far. Lastly, I do have to announce that the last Be Free meetup, which is happening on this Friday, October 26th, sold out, y'all. Sold out like a week or two ago. So I'm really excited about that. It is going to be epic, amazing. We're going to close out the year having a really good time. We're going to be celebrating some birthdays. A young lady, Valerie, is flying in from North Carolina, like I said last week. So I'm really excited about that. And then lastly, I will be speaking at the Word Church, their women's conference, Women, How Much Are You Worth? I will be teaching 3 classes called The Power of Pause. So if you're in the Cleveland, Akron area, please definitely register today. The conference starts next week, October 31st through November 2nd. I'll drop the link in the show notes. If you are going to be there, please say hi to me. Please come to my class. I would love to meet and see you. So thank you so much for tuning in. This was a long one today, so thank you for your patience. I want to know what you love about the podcast, what you would like to know more about, what you would like to hear. So please share all of that at hello@girlbefree.com. That's my email. You can also reach out to me on the Instagram page, which is Girl Be Free Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening and your support. The Girl Be Free listeners are amazing. I love y'all. And until next time, girl, be free. Thank you so much for listening. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling really fancy, go ahead and leave a review. Until next time, be free and live.